It's the bald and the beautiful. Everything from Nashville to Hollywood on My Country 96.1.
All right, we start with a second woman accusing Jimmie Allen of assault. We already know that Jimmie Allen, the country star, has been dropped by his record label, booking agent, and other organizations after being accused by a former manager of assault. A second woman has come forward with a new detail of an encounter that took place a while back, and the matter is actually now with police and probably going to be in the courts, as she says she has video proof and has handed some stuff over to the authorities. Eric Church, of all people, one of my favorites, booed at the CMA Fest for a short set, reimagining some songs in different styles and ignoring a lot of big hits, and then allegedly he ended with a random cover song and walked off the stage. Now, it happened at CMA Fest, which is a little different, well, a lot different than a regular concert. If it was an Eric Church concert, you know, a 2-3 hour thing at Madison Square Garden, you'd hear all the hits. It would be a great deal. But he probably got up there, played 5, 6, 7 songs, and did a couple of little strange things and walked off. So maybe the crowd wasn't as forgiving, and you know, a lot of craziness down there in Nashville for CMA Fest. I don't know anything about it. I don't know what happened, but I'm willing to give the chief a break on this one without knowing the story. He's one of the best in the business. And Luke Combs and Patrick Maholmes of the Kansas City Chiefs, they shotgunned some beers at the Kansas City show. Luke Combs was in Kansas City performing, and great video of the two of them having a good time together. Netflix says the crackdown on password sharing is working. They did have some cancellations, sure, but more new signups than they ever could have imagined, and it's doing well for them. So I guess it worked out. An actor named Mike Bataille, if I'm pronouncing that right, I hope I didn't mess that up. But he was an actor on a bunch of different shows. He had a bit part on Breaking Bad, and he was a comedian. At the age of 52, he passed recently of a heart attack, and sad news. And he played the laundromat manager in Breaking Bad, if you are currently watching the show or you go back and check it out. A stunt accident on the set of Gladiator 2 in Morocco. 6 people sent to the hospital, but all are okay. Nothing life-threatening, but there was an accident on set. Good news when I hear this, you know, Ann and Nancy Wilson, the Sisters of Heart, they've had their good times, bad times, some troubles around the years, times when they weren't speaking to each other. But a new article says they are back together in studio, writing new music together. First time in a long time. That's cool. Djokovic, yes, the great tennis player, he won his 23rd title yesterday, his 23rd Grand Slam. It's actually his 94th or 95th overall title, but his 23rd Grand Slam at the French Open yesterday. He breaks his tie with Rafael Nadal and leaves no doubt as to who the greatest of all time is, with a winning record against both Federer and Nadal, and now the sole owner of the most Grand Slam titles, and I think one away from breaking a tie with Serena, if I'm not mistaken, and having the overall lead. So, leaves no doubt who the GOAT is in tennis. And by the way, Tom Brady was in his box at the French Open with his family and friends. Sylvester Stallone says Arnold was the better action star in the 80s. He can admit it now. They're great friends now. Back then, he says, there was such a rivalry, they couldn't even be in the same room at the same time. But Sylvester has no problem admitting who the bigger action star is. And as big as Stallone was in the action business, Rambo, and, you know, you can go down his filmography. Arnold, he's right. Arnold was much bigger when you think about just Terminator. Terminator alone, but of course he had many other action films, and was also in the greatest action film of all time, in my opinion, Predator. So good for Stallone for admitting that. Bryan Cranston wants to kind of go back and say, look, I know I said I'm retiring from acting in a couple of years, but let me clarify. I'm taking a year off in 2026 when I turn 70, and me and my wife are going to read books and hang out and vacation and whatever, relax. But then he will be coming back. He is not fully retiring. And congrats to Naomi Watts and Billy Crudup. They got married. Great Instagram photo. Looks like they're on the steps of a city hall. Congrats to them. Naomi Watts, Billy Crudup are wed. Tonight, NBA on ABC, Game 5. Denver-Miami. Denver tries to close it out at home. Fox with the reality show Stars on Mars. And NBC with American Ninja Warrior. And tonight, Salt Shack, Cedar Beach, in Babylon. We have the big night, Monday night Salt Shack with DJ Salty Jim, and we're excited about it. We're hoping the rain holds off, and that is the forecast, by the way. A little bit cloudy today, 70. Then this afternoon, possibility of some rain coming in. We will see how it goes. And that's it for the Bald and the Beautiful entertainment. Everything from Nashville to Hollywood. Let's hit the roads. My Country 96.1.
Phathead and Cande in the morning. Weekdays 6 to 10 a.m. on My Country 96.1.